Hi, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. Still extremely nervous out there on the global equity markets as the sort of markets try and come to terms with potentially the sort of slowdown in China. Certainly China is slowing down, and obviously after the devaluation as well, there's a little bit of a sort of added uncertainty out there. But also now real concerns about global growth and how much of that's going to slow down over the next sort of 3 to 6 months. And against this backdrop, you've got the Fed still looking to raise interest rates from their historical lows, as the US economy is still pushing along at a pretty reasonable rate, which is just a question of how much that is going to sort of slow down with global growth and obviously the situation in China. The Fed meet later this month, but more importantly, you probably wait to see the unemployment data coming out at the end of this week. And if that's still showing a reasonably strong number, analysts are sort of split on whether the Fed will move, but I think they really want to try and get one interest rate hike out there just to keep the credibility. Adding to confusion is oil, which OPEC has now come out and said they're actually going to start to talk to the producers. But really, as always, the key there is Saudi Arabia. If they actually buy into the scheme and look to just sort of ease back on their production, then potentially oil can sort of get back above the sort of $50. In the last few days, it's been up sort of around $8 or $9, and now comes back sort of $3 or $4 in one day. It really is extremely volatile out there, and it's just a question for the producers now to see if they're actually going to buy into this and try and sort of put a floor under oil. Domestically in New Zealand, latest dairy auction was up again. That's now up about 25% in the last couple of auctions, which it's a pretty reasonable move. But the issue is that for the last 8 auctions before that, it was down. So there is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and prices are starting to increase a little bit. If one thing producers are looking at, again, historically low prices and looking at getting a bit of a cheap bargain. Here in New Zealand, it is Money Week, and we're really just trying to educate people on financial awareness. There's a very good website, moneyweek.org.nz. You can go to and find some pretty interesting articles. As always, in times of volatility, it is just a question of making sure that you do sort of stick to your game plan and don't really get spooked out by sort of nervousness. If you're looking for sort of a longer term plan, sort of 10, 15 years, and you purchase stocks and they've gone down a little bit on paper, then you don't necessarily have to sell them out just because they've gone down on paper. You're looking for the longer term view, and if you purchased a good sort of blue chip stock, then historically over time, that should prove a worthwhile investment. But as always, at this time it is good to review those portfolios. So call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz for lots of interesting articles. We look forward to speaking to you soon.